You know, one of the biggest shames about the whole Katrina disaster is that basically no one from the United States looked outside the United States for what to do. You know, the Netherlands had this terrific flood in 1953. I think it's on the order of 25% of the country was underwater because of this flood. Most of the Netherlands, Denmark, lies at sea level or below. And actually there are parts of Denmark that are further below sea level than New Orleans are. And they had this big storm in the North Sea, and the water just came in and killed thousands of people, ruined hundreds of square miles of land. So from 1953 on, the country had this plan of how to basically build a wall along the whole outside border of the North Sea, which they did. But the early sections of the wall that they built, it was just that, it was a dike the whole way. And they call them dikes, we call them levees, same thing basically. But it was a solid wall, and they cut off the water supply from the ocean coming into these estuaries, which are very large up there. They come way inland. And they figured, well, ocean water will filter around some other way and it'll keep them mixing, but it really didn't. And they realized they were killing off their own estuaries because they didn't allow for mixing of salt water. So they actually retrofitted some of the very first structures and put in these series of gates to allow mixing to happen when it's safe, and when there's a storm and a storm surge is possible, they close the gates. So they learned the hard way that you can work with nature, and that new philosophy is they have an extensive system of flood control, and it's all been pretty much in place for 20 years now, and it uses this very philosophy. We learned the hard way with Katrina also, you know. Why didn't we allow these wetlands to be refreshed? Could have done it 20 years ago because the Netherlands had already done it before that. But we didn't look there, we didn't listen. And so it can be done. I think more and more will be done now.